I wanted to talk about the trainings and presentations that you do about the appreciation and importance of olfactory dysfunction and anosmia for medical professionals. I found this a really interesting part of what you do. So I know that we've talked about this, that olfactory dysfunction can be an early diagnosis or lead to a diagnosis of different neurological disorders. So why do you still have to reinforce this aspect that there's an importance of olfactory dysfunction? Where does this lack of legitimacy lie, and what kind of responses do you get to these trainings?
So, well, I think, we've been talking for the last hour, basically touching on so many aspects of the importance of the sense of smell, but also with the backdrop of people in the general world just really not being aware of its importance and its centrality, both to physical health, mental health, general function in life. And I think that this is just a pervasive and unfortunate fact that it just has not established itself as the importance of, for example, a sense like vision. And there just isn't really a lot of training from the point of view of, when people, for example, go to medical school, it's very rare that they would get any specific courses or particular training about, how smell loss may be impacting other aspects of physical health. So it's not something that is part of the general practice of going through medical school. It's not something that's part of the general practice of even being a clinician, unless you happen to be connected with other people who are doing research or connected with a specific university where that's, something that's ongoing. So it is not something, apart from being someone who is an ENT, whose specialty is in, involving smell and taste, it's very unlikely that other medical practitioners have any awareness of what smell and taste loss is. And even ENTs, for the most part, are just sort of like basic testing, and okay, well, there may be some loss, and it's only, most of them probably even to this day really only see the dysfunction as having application to experience of food and maybe nutrition and,
Can I interrupt
sensing
you very
danger.
quickly? Well,
Pardon?
what is an ENT?
Oh, sorry. So that's an ear, nose, and throat doctor. So an otolaryngologist is a more technical term, but like ear, nose, and throat. So
Yeah.
ear, nose, and throat. So people who, you have something going on with your nose. And typically it's not even people who are saying, I've lost my sense of smell, but rather they have something in their nose. And
Yeah.
then that has to get checked out, sort of more like, oh, you have a polyp, we need to remove the polyp. But how that's even affecting people's actual ability to smell is sort of secondary to there's some obstruction in there we need to deal with. So even professions which are focused on these sensory experiences aren't really aware of how the sense connects to other aspects of life. And it is just hasn't risen to being considered to be important enough. And unfortunately, I can yell from the rooftops all I want. It's really great. Basically, since COVID, the pandemic is during which time the World Taste and Smell Association started. The Smell and Taste Association of North America also got started only in the last few years. Fifth Sense began maybe about 10 years before the pandemic, but really hasn't gained momentum until the pandemic. There are a few other organizations, Absent in the UK as well, that basically started a little bit before the pandemic, but gained further momentum. So again, hopefully taking as a catalyst smell loss that people experienced during COVID as a springboard to like, okay, we have to actually pay more attention to this, and that it is connected to more than just, I can't, I'm maybe not eating as well as I should, or there's a fire going on and I can't smell the burning downstairs, that it's in fact related to many more things and many more really critical aspects of our health and well-being. I hope becomes more well-known and realized, but I can't say for sure that it'll happen anytime very soon, although I definitely hope that it does. And like I said, legislation like making universal smell testing something that is part of, your annual physical and other aspects of just sort of, your wellness checks, to the extent that that ends up happening, I think that they'll be trickled down to the general public and the medical community overall.
Yeah, I think that would be really great if your olfaction, sense of smell, would be tested. regularly, or when you're having certain symptoms. I think that would be amazing if that became part of the medical field, because there's a lot of times where you hear people saying, oh, I lost my sense of smell, but my doctor doesn't know what to do with me, or how to help me, or how to educate me. And I think that becoming on the map, or on the board, would be very, very big thing, and very amazing as well.